There's a new and growing phenomenon that hasn't happened ever that I'm aware of. It's the sheer volume and number of humans that are leaving California. And it's not just people like you and me. It's not just blue-collar workers, white-collar workers, people who are trying to escape some confiscatory policy of a given government practice, in a state that's essentially the 7th largest economy in the world. No, these are important and influential people, right? Important and influential people that work in Hollywood and entertainment, and they also work in big tech. And the policies and the things that they've supported as they've been carried out have created an environment that is not so business friendly. But hey, you don't have to take my word for it. Let's take a look at this article from The Wrap from big shots like Ryan Cavanagh. Here we go. Ryan Cavanagh is one of many big shots that are leaving LA, well, and California in general, to be honest with you, and there's a reason for it. It's cheaper to do business elsewhere because of the things California does to make it more costly, much more costly, to do business. Ryan Cavanagh is the founder and CEO of a video sharing app called Triller. And we will continue on with the article from The Wrap, saying that he grew up in Los Angeles, Brentwood, to be precise, but now he's ready to pack his bags and move his family and his business headquarters to Florida. For Cavanagh, such a major move represents a mix of concerns, including being closer to his parents, who already left Brentwood for a penthouse condo in the Sunshine State in January. In an interview with The Wrap, directly to them, Cavanagh said that the main reason he's ready to leave is his increasing disillusionment with LA's rising crime, homelessness, and what he considers California's anti-business policies that are driving him away from the place that he has called home for 47 years. Stating, "I grew up here," this is his quote, "I grew up in Brentwood, and I was allowed to be on the streets," Cavanagh said. "I would never let my daughter walk alone in Brentwood. How many times do you have to be out in Los Angeles and see feces in the streets before you just don't want to be here anymore?" End quote. He's not the only one that's reached this tipping point, as we know here in our very own fellowship. Gary Nerdrotic has left California in a nice area in San Francisco that, from his description, went downhill. And I think all of San Francisco is going downhill. But people are fleeing. They're getting away from the state that, again, has mismanaged its future through its policies. Some people are very concerned about the crime, and they should be, with the horrifying murder of, or as described in the article here, the shocking murder of Jacqueline Avant, who was gunned down by an intruder in her Beverly Hills home last month, is contributing to a lot of insecurity, experts say. Believe it or not, private security is in high demand in California right now for many of these companies and their associated elites, right? In another article from The Wrap, the headline reads, "As violent crime in LA rises, demand for private security among the wealthy soars." No kidding. The rich and famous in Los Angeles are increasingly relying on private security to help protect their families and their homes amid the rising violent crime in Los Angeles area, security professionals say. Quote, "We've been getting calls left and right from Beverly Hills, Calabasas, Woodland Hills, all these nice high premier areas, nice neighborhoods, individuals that say, 'Can I get a security guard to stay overnight from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. just to make sure they're parked in my driveway in a marked vehicle to deter trespassers and burglars?'" End of quote. The article also cites a string of celebrities have become victims of home invasions. Of course, we just talked about the Jacqueline Avant tragedy, but the Hidden Hills home of the Full House actress Lori Loughlin and her fashion designer husband Massimo Giannulli, man, I can't ever say that guy's name. Anyway, it was broken into earlier this month while the couple was away. Well, she was just in jail, so I guess she's now out of jail, so they traveled someplace, I don't know. With millions of dollars in jewelry reportedly taken. Holy cow. Hey, you reap what you sow, kids. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Dorrit Kemsley was held up at gunpoint and robbed at her Encino home in October of 2021. And of course, hip-hop mogul's Brentwood home was targeted in an attempted burglary in January 2021 while the rapper was hospitalized. Wow. So as you can see, Ryan Cavanagh and many of these folks here in California have very good reasons for running away. In fact, there's a real problem here in that the state is emptying out. And as we've seen, it's not just the individuals that are leaving, and it's not just the companies leaving, it's all the production for the studios that's leaving. Even big tech is leaving California. And you don't have to look any farther than Tesla, who bailed out of there for Texas, had a pretty great time. And as you see studios like Disney moving their production and animation studios and in the future some other things over to Florida and Atlanta and other similar states in the South, you are seeing a migration away from the great state of California. Back to the article here with the rap, Cavanagh is not the only one among the Hollywood's rich and famous who have recently left the city or are planning to exit greater Los Angeles. The list of recent defectors includes such high-profile players as veteran network TV exec Ted Harbert, most recently chairman of the NBC Broadcasting. He fled to Portugal, where he's building a house because, as he told the Rap in an email, America too crazy. And he even hashtagged it. Other states offer, obviously, the production companies like Disney and other studios tax benefits for doing their productions there. In fact, that's one of the ways to get Hollywood to actually use your state or even your country to make films, is provide tax breaks. Those tax breaks are millions of dollars sometimes, and they really do bolster the local economy with talent and staff needing places to stay, places to eat, all of the things that go along with that. Sometimes people even relocate to that state. Let's say Atlanta. Georgia's getting very crowded. But as I said, it's not just the elite that are leaving. You also have people at lower levels of production, people that are below the line employees that are bailing out quickly as well. In the article, it points towards this by sharing this story with you. Jake Lee, a former special effects technician who was born and raised in West Hollywood, left both the area and his entertainment industry career to move his family to North Dallas in July of 2021. He cited street crime, homelessness, and restrictive global crisis policies and tax disincentives for business owners. He is now a self-employed inventor. Well, I'm sure he's doing rather well. To quote him, he says, "The final straw was this school lockdown with my 14-year-old daughter, who had to endure a year and a half through 7th and 8th grade, which was truly devastating." Lee, a longtime neighborhood activist, told The Rap she was a synchronized swimmer. They wouldn't let her in the swimming pool. It really had a profound effect on her emotional well-being. Well, I should say so. And of course, we've seen the many pictures and videos now of trains stopped and train yards that are being robbed by, and I will use the word, gangs of people. And you're seeing all kinds of street crime. You're seeing all kinds of large-scale crime organized in ways that, demand some kind of investigation and should demand some kind of legal enforcement. Even if you enforce the laws and you arrest these people, were you going to prosecute them? I don't know, but I've heard some horror stories, and I'm sure you have too. The question is California the only state where this is happening? Well, it doesn't take much investigative work to discover that no, there are some pretty decent-sized states with some form of cultural influence that are having the same issues, and people are leaving as fast as they possibly can. There are things that you could draw lines to. You could draw some conclusions, you could correlate some information, and gather what some of these problems are, but that's not finally the point. There's a mass migration from California and from some states in the Northwest and the Northeast as well. And they're all heading to other states. We can only hope they're more conscientious in the future about the people they select as leaders. Anyway, that's about as political as I get on this channel, and if that was uncomfortable for you, I'm very sorry. It's not my intention, but this is entertainment related, and unfortunately, everything is crossing over right now. So I ask you, does it surprise you that people are leaving some of these states, California and Los Angeles specifically? I don't think it does. Based on the horror stories we've heard from people within our fellowship, Gary's the primary example, there are reasons to leave states where they're really not making you very welcome. Believe me. Do you think states like California can actually fix this issue? Do you think it's something that can be fixed at this point? It's a pretty good question in and of itself. I'm not optimistic about California for quite some time. It will take a seismic shift in their thinking processes throughout much of the government in the major cities for that to happen. The other question is there will? I don't think so either. So as I said, please use the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. And again, if this is not your style of video, let me know that too. I'm gonna occasionally have some of these that are a little more heavy leaning, just on the fringe of entertainment, and I want to know how to approach them in the future. Of course, please support other independent creators out there because they absolutely need your support. As I've mentioned pretty much every video I've ever done, they are not getting the looks that they need in order to grow, which is unfortunate that right now corporate content creators are being given preferential treatment. And as my channel continues to grow slowly, I do ask you to share my videos, like, comment, all of those things, as they also help with my engagement. So please do me that service and do other independent creators that service as well, especially if you have the time. And I like chatting back and forth. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the reasons why I think we like YouTube and other media streaming platforms like Odyssey and Rumble and BitChute and all of the others that are out there. Subscribestar, which I don't have one of those, but someday maybe. I'll end the video the same way that I always do. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.